everyone, welcome back to another DIY video. Today I am showing you 6 super easy, cheap, and cute DIYs for spring and Easter. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So for the first DIY, I used 3 brown paper bags. I laid one flat and simply rolled the other 2 and glued them down on each end. I then added some Dollar Tree twine to the top so I could hang the faux scroll. I just hot glued it down in the back on each side. For the center of the scroll, I took my Dollar Tree stencil and wrote out the word Market. I like that this stencil is a pretty large font. I decided to use these Dollar Tree silver stickers to write the other words out. I kept rubbing off the marker, so I realized I needed to wait to color them black at the end. I also realized the words were way too close together, so I literally started over with more stickers and then went through and painted them black with a Sharpie and some paint. Lastly, I made it look a little rough and worn by using a pair of scissors and scratching the back up some. I think it turned out so cute, especially hanging up on a hook. The next DIY, I used a large Dollar Tree canvas and a couple of these Peep headbands from the Dollar Tree. I removed the canvas and cut off the torn edges. Then I stained the frame with a brown paint called Truffle I got from Walmart. Next, I removed the bunnies from the headbands. The colors of these bunnies worked perfectly because there are 2 females and 2 males in our family. I placed them in order of age and then cut down my kid bunnies to make them smaller. I thought it would be cute to stamp the quote, "The Drummond Peeps," and then add all of our names as well. My kids actually woke up from their naps early this day, so I wasn't able to make the wording perfectly. They kept coming up and grabbing the stamps and messed it up a little. I messed up P and S, but I still think it turned out so cute. I'm putting the sign on my son's bookshelf with his Easter books, so I didn't worry about it being too perfect. Next, I decided to make little hunter boots out of these little doll rain boots I actually found at Catholic Charities. I was actually in search of some small kid ones I could just paint, but when I saw that they had these little toy ones, I thought, oh, even better. They will be small enough to even put on a tiered tray. So I painted these little boots with this pale pink chalk paint. But before I painted, I taped off the yellow soles and made matching rectangles for the hunter logo out of Scotch tape. Since the boots were already red, it would be perfect for the red outline of the logo. I had to put quite a few coats of paint on these until they were fully covered. I printed off these itty bitty little hunter words off my computer. I just made them super tiny so that they would fit nicely. I used a little Mod Podge to secure them down. I thought these little boots looked so adorable on my daughter's little Easter display on her bookshelf. For the next DIY, I used another Dollar Tree canvas and did the exact same thing as the last sign, except I painted the canvas black. I then took these wood Dollar Tree numbers and painted them white. I then hot glued them down and added the plus and equal symbol. For the words, I was going to use the other stickers I used earlier, but realized they were too big. So I switched to the Dollar Tree scratch-on letters instead, since they are a lot thinner. I actually got the inspiration for this sign off of Etsy. I thought the quote was so nice and I knew I wanted to recreate it. A lot of times when I want a sign, I'll see if I can just make it myself first, especially if it's really expensive. My wording wasn't quite aligned, so I added an exclamation mark at the end of Forgiven just to make it look a little more even. I thought this sign looked perfect next to my He Is Risen one from Hobby Lobby. For the fourth DIY, I started with removing the twine off of these Dollar Tree crosses and filling in the holes with some mud putty. Then I took this Walmart crate and painted it white. I found these 97-cent stems at Walmart and I thought they would look nice inside the crate. I thought they would look nicer if the greenery was just a little bit more toned down, so I used this moss chalk paint to go over all the leaves. You can see here the difference it makes. It just looks so much softer. When the wood putty was dry, I painted the crosses with my truffle brown paint. I then added twine around each cross. For the bottom of the crate, I added the Bible verse Matthew 28:6. He is not here, he is risen, just as he said. I used more Dollar Tree stickers and just went over them with a Sharpie after placing them. I hot glued the 3 crosses down and added the greenery at the bottom to finish this DIY all up. When I saw this Easter egg towel at Dollar Tree, I knew I wanted to make a gnome with it. But instead of making just one, I decided to make a female and a male gnome that matched. I used this pack of white socks I got from the Dollar Tree as well. I put some rice into a plastic baggie and then shoved the bag of rice into one of the socks. I then tied off the top of the sock. And then I just repeated those steps again for another one. For the hats, I cut out matching triangles out of the Easter towel. I actually did this wrong. You want both colorful sides to be faced in before you hot glue the edges. But you will want to just glue the sides and not the bottom so you can flip it inside out. I should have had both prints showing, but it was okay because I decided just to use the printed side for the front of the hat. I then used some hot glue to glue the hats down. For the girl gnome, I used some light pink yarn I already had and made 2 braids out of it. I just fluffed the braids out a little bit too to make them look thicker. I used my daughter's clear elastics at the ends to hold the braids. I went ahead and hot glued these down as well. I took a small wood bead and hot glued it down for the nose. I glued the sides with the holes too so the braids could cover the little holes on the side of the bead. For the male gnome, I used this old fur rug to cut a triangle out to make the gnome's beard. You can stop there, but I decided to add little bunny ears to both of them. Using white felt, I just cut out 2 bunny-shaped ears. I also did this with light blue felt and later with light pink. I cut the inside down the middle to give it more dimension before gluing it down. I think these gnomes turned out so adorable. Okay, so that's all 6 DIYs. Let me know which ones you like down in the comments below. If you try any of them out, definitely tag me over on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful and blessed day.